Kenneth Horne, Special Agent.
This is Brown Horrocks. I'm speaking to you from New York. My secretary, Miss Golightly, and I have been at Juneau all day. Now, look here, it's terribly urgent. Can you get out here quickly?
It'll take some time.
Oh, that's all right. We'll probably be going on till the small hours. The Security Council are very worried. Now, look here, Horn. What do you know about a man who calls himself Professor Cornposture?
Cornposture. Oh, well, he's the world's leading expert on ballistic missiles. He won last year's Nobel Prize for Physics, and he's head of the science department at Yale. Why this interest, sir?
Well, he asked me to lend him 5 shillings. Oh. All right, now take the next flight from London Airport and report to me at the Juneau building in New York.
And so, pausing only to throw my baggage into the car and drive her home to her mother, I was on my way to New York.
Ah, Horn.
Brown Horrocks.
We've got some photographs here that are worrying us a bit. Here, have a look through them.
Oh, good heavens, surely Miss Golightly could catch a cold doing that.
Oh, show me. I'm sorry, I gave you the wrong photos. These were taken on the MI5 outing to Southend. Sorry about that. These are the ones I wanted you to look at. Aerial photos of Haiti. What do you make of these?
Well, looks like giant, empty milk bottles about 200 feet tall, I'd say. What do you think they're being used for?
Surely it's obvious. Firing giant rockets. Oh. We've had 2 experts studying these photographs. A chap from ballistics and a milkman. And they both agree. Secret rocket installations. And notice this small figure in the photograph here, standing beside one of the bottles.
Good heavens, I'd recognize that inscrutable oriental face anywhere. Isn't it Gladys Lustgirdle?
No. Dr. Chu-En Ginsberg. Get out there and find out what's going on and stop it.
And with that, Brown Horrocks crossed his legs, dotted his eyes, folded his arms along the perforated line, and put them in a stamped addressed envelope. The interview was over. I knew what I had to do. 2 days later, I was splashing happily in Haiti. The air came rushing back to my lungs as I surfaced. I removed my snorkel and flippers and lay back in the water, letting the gentle waves lap around my body. Suddenly, the dusky head of a native surfaced near mine. Clenched in his teeth was a glittering knife. One question was uppermost in my mind. What was he doing in my bath? He spoke.
Pass along the bath, man.
What are you doing here?
I'm a sponge diver.
Well, you won't find any in my bath. I used a flannel. Why don't you try the sea?
I'm not going in there, man. I can't swim.
I had a sixth sense, call it what you will, but somehow I felt his story didn't quite add up. Suddenly, he came for me, his knife flashing. We grappled. And then, with one last despairing lunge, I managed to pull out the plug. That had been too close for comfort. After all, it was only a hip bath. But someone was trying to get rid of me. Who? I leapt out of the bath and hurried to a waterfront bar I knew. I hurried back and put some clothes on. 10 minutes later, I lounged against the bar, sipping a planter's punch. A planter next to me was sipping mine. I needed a smoke. I pulled out my pig iron cigarette case and pulled out a filter-tipped pig specially rolled for me by the little pork butcher in Jermyn Street. I puffed at it reflectively. Then suddenly I felt something hard in the small of my back. I turned and found myself staring down the small blue muzzle of a small blue dog. It bit me in the ankle and scampered off. I followed it. Soon I came to a small clearing in the jungle, and there stood a rude hut. Outside squatted a native carving a rude figure. I spoke to him. He made a rude gesture in the direction of the hut. And I knocked on the door.
Come in. Mr. Horne.
Chu. Well?
Sir, you have discovered my plan. I'm not saying this. Absolute rubbish. I'm a man with my training and background. dramatic actor.
Oh, yes.
I want a part with some body in it. Once more, unto the breach, dear friends. You see. Once more, close the wall up with our English dead. Dead, you see. That's what I want. I've been trained for it. I want to wear tights. I've got the legs for it. I have the legs. I've got good, firm calves, I have. Go on. Have a feel of my calves.
No, thanks. I'd sooner not, if you don't mind. Look, we're getting behind.
That's all you want me for, getting cheap laughs. I'm an artiste. I'm not lowering myself.
Come on, Ken, this is embarrassing.
Embarrassed? It's me that's embarrassed. It's all right for you. You get good meaty parts with a bit of class in them. You
would
do.
you mind?
Yes, you and you, Paddock. You keep well in with Kenneth Orne, don't you?
Don't say
yes, you do. You totally do.
I do.
Any
Nothing
part
of
with a
the
bit of
kind.
culture, you
Stop
get
it,
it.
Ken, in
I've
front
been
of
held back, I have, just because I'm a grammar school boy. I fought my way out from the gutter. I could have been a star.
Somebody-
I could have been a magazine.
Somebody talk to him. Burn a feather under his nose or something.
I'll do the part, Ken, if you like.
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
take it. Honestly, I will. I don't mind, yeah. I'd take a good Japanese and I could do it. Honestly, I could. Let me do it, Miss Horn. Get rid of him. He doesn't like you. He's never liked you. I'll do the part. Come
Yes,
on.
you would, wouldn't you? You would, yes. Yes, you'd do anything to get a bit of attention, you would. That's it, you see. You all hate me. I've never been loved in this show. I've never been loved.
No.
I've not been loved. Nobody loves me.
Of course we do.
No, you don't.
Yes, we all do. We all do.
Well, say it then.
We all love you.
Eddie Braden didn't say it. Make him say it.
Edwin.
Oh, very well, then.
Please.
I love you.
There wasn't any real warmth in it. Great airy hypocrite. What about the producer? Look at him up there in that control box. Look at him glowering at me. Make him say it.
John, would you mind?
Oh, all right. I love you. The whole BBC loves you. Now, will you get on with the show?
Please.
Please.
That's better. Ah, so, Mr. Hunt. You have discovered my plan, namely to send up giant rockets filled with 300 tons of cold porridge, which I shall then explode all over the world.
But why?
What else can you do with 300 tons of cold porridge?
You'll never get away with it. Take that.
Aha!
And that.
Aha!
And that.
No, thanks. I've already got two of those. All right, Mr. Hahn. Yes, you win. But you haven't heard the last of Dr. Chu N. Ginsburg, M.A. Failed. Goodbye.